Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Aaron, and this is I'm Just a Guy, a channel where we talk about DIY, not getting everything right, not getting everything perfect, and just going at it and hoping for the best and always improving. Today, I'm going to take you through a tool bag breakdown. I want to start off by saying that you don't need all of this stuff to start into DIY. I started with a 18-volt Milwaukee drill and some basic, screwdrivers and pliers, a little screw set, and that's what I went through and did, my first couple projects with. So I'm going to take you through what 4 years of building your tool bag will look like. You don't need all this to start, so just throwing that out there to begin with. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I use the Milwaukee 15-inch Packout tote as my bag. I originally started with your classic tool bags with shoulder harnesses, and I didn't need to wear it. I didn't need to wear all my tools for pretty much every project that I did. Like it just wasn't necessary. The stuff I was doing was either at one spot where I'm not moving around and I have to have everything with me and going across a job site and all that stuff. So I switched to a tool bag, and I have it sitting on top of the Milwaukee Packout M18 Fuel Packout wet dry vac, as well as the Milwaukee Packout compact debris and dust separator on the caster kit for the Packout debris dust separator. So that way it's mobile and I can just roll it around and it makes things way easier. I like having it on here because it has it at, kind of waist torso height, so I'm not having to bend over to grab all my tools, or I don't have to set it on something, and I can just take it with me wherever I go. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I have what I will wear. I can do a lot of basic projects around the house with just these two bags, these two little belt bags, and my impact driver, or even if it's really simple, my little Ryobi drill. Love this guy. Little 2 amp hour 9-volt. 4-volt. These are 4-volt batteries, and there's this whole Ryobi line of tools that you can switch these out in. So love these. But all right, let's stay focused. So we have the what do we have? We have the Veto Pro Pac small, semi-rigid, multifunctional tool pouch with zipper enclosure, or for short, the SC45. So that's this and that's this. They go together. But I will usually wear them on my belt and have, this over here, and I can do actually everything with these. This was just a little fun thing. I just got a 3D printer, so this is just a model. It is not a real firearm. It is a replica, but I just printed this because it was fun. I liked it. So just a little model. But in this, I have the Milwaukee 13-in-1 screwdriver. Honestly, not my favorite. I am what some would consider a Milwaukee fanboy. I do have a lot of Milwaukee tools. That's primarily what I buy. But I've started to kind of change how I buy tools, and I'm no longer just purchasing one brand just because it's the brand. I've started to pick up a tool, and when it's in my hand, if it doesn't feel like I can pass it down to my child or my grandchild, it's not going to last that long when it comes to like mechanical tools like this, not electronics, then I'm probably going to try and go for a better quality tool. I want to say within like the first or second week, I had one of the bearings pop out of one of the bits, and so whenever, where is it? Oh, there it goes. Whenever you pull it out, that bit just falls right out. And that kind of just spoke to the quality of this specific one. Normally Milwaukee's great, but so yep, 13-in-1, has a bunch of bits that you need. Great little driver. It's not ratcheting, but that's fine. So that's my screwdriver that I keep in the bag. We have the tracer, carpenter pencil. Love this thing. Absolutely love this thing. It has a little holster that it came with. So if I'm not wearing this, then I just put this in my pocket and have it hanging out, and I can grab it and put it back in and grab it and put it back in. And the reason I do that is because I will set down on my pencils and have 30 of them around whatever job I'm working on because I keep forgetting where I put them. So love this thing. Works great for marking. You can also mark deep holes, like if you're having to, go through a screw hole or something, and mark. So love this. I have just a basic Stanley Allen wrench set. I've had this for years, never needed to replace it because it just works. I have a little keychain measuring tape from Milwaukee. Get into small spaces, make small measurements. It's cute, it's fun. And some black electrical tape. I have a Milwaukee Fastback utility knife, and it has the storage in there. Zero complaints about this knife. Love it. This is the second one that I bought. I had the first one for like 10 years before I finally replaced it. So very happy with this knife. I have a non-contact, Milwaukee non-contact voltage tester. Thing works great, has a little flashlight. And also a pair of strippers. Which ones are these? The compact wire strippers, 10 to 24 AWG. Kind of broke into being a home electrician a little bit, so been doing that a lot lately. So that's what I have in here, and the other thing I usually have in here are my pliers. I have a pair of channel lock ironworkers pliers. I've had these for like 15 years now. I bought these when I poured concrete early on when I was like 19, and they have worked great for a very long time. So still have those. Love those, but I do need to switch to some linemans because doing electrical work with those is not the most fun. So that's that. This is the other half of that SC45 Pro Pac. Have a 25-foot auto lock, Milwaukee tape. Very happy with that. And then inside, I keep all of my necessary bits and drivers. I have the Wiha 32-piece Go Buck standard bit set with mini ratchet, which has pretty much every bit that I will generally use. Love this thing. There we go. It comes with a ratchet too. Very happy with that. I also have a set of the Wiha magnetic nut setter set. They're SAE. I need to get a metric set, but they are impact rated, so like using those. I have a extended bit holder, just a couple basic bit sets, and then just a couple random nut drivers and Phillips bits. So still kind of building this out to what it needs to be, but I can get most stuff done with just these. All right, in the open pocket side, I have my squares. So I have I should have put this in order. I have a 7-inch rafter square and a 4.5-inch trim square. Just different areas require different things. I use, for most of my projects, I now have the Milwaukee Fuel Surge impact driver. Love this thing because it is very, very quiet. Not very often am I needing an extreme amount of torque, so the quiet that this brings with the less power, perfectly fine, no issues. And I usually have like a X4 battery on there, but absolutely love this thing. If you have any questions about this, throw it in the comments because it's great. I have another non-contact voltage tester and circuit breaker finder. So cool thing about this, you can plug this in to an outlet, and then you go to the circuit breaker and you use this and you go along the different circuits and you can find what circuit this is plugged into. So that way you're not trying to do sketchy stuff to trip the breaker. It helps you find it a lot easier, and has a bunch of little adapters. I'll pull those out as I get through here. Got alligator clips, just a normal, like a plug extender for tube plug, light bulb guy. And hammer. This was my wife's grandpa's hammer. I got a bunch of tools from him when her grandma moved out of their house. I got his tool chest and a lot of his tools, so I still use a lot of those. But just a basic hammer. Basic nail puller. I usually keep the Milwaukee drill set. This is the titanium set for like metal, wood, PVC, stuff like that. And I keep a countersink bit in there because I use these a lot when drilling holes. If you don't know what a countersink bit is, which I learned kind of a long time into my DIY process, it drills the hole for a screw, but then it also leaves a little pocket at the top, drills out a spot so that the screw sits flush into whatever you're drilling into, and it looks a lot nicer. It's easier to fill things. If I had this on my first project with the mantle that I just uploaded, it would have gone a lot better. I was doing that by hand, basically just trying to screw it in there and make those little divots. Just have a random amount of 14-2 Romex. Got the Zircon stud finder. Just have a extra pack of pencils. Got some pens in there too, just because yeah, I'm always losing these, so it's nice to have some extras. And has the sharpener in there as well. Got some Milwaukee basic level 1 gloves. And that's it for this side. On this side, I usually just keep my eye pro. Wearing PPE is important. It's not fun to get metal and wood and all sorts of shavings in your eyes. I have a Irwin chalk line for marking things. Got the Milwaukee, I think it's the 400 amp digital clamp meter. I am still learning how to use this, to be honest. Still have to pull up a YouTube video when I need to learn how to use this because I'm still new to being a house electrician. So still learning how to use this. It's always important to be safe, but still learning how to use this guy. All right, moving on to the pocket side. Have another pair of ironworker pliers. They're Milwaukee ones. They're just a little bit bigger than my other pair, so I like the other ones. They just fit in my hand a little bit better, but I just keep these in the bag. Pair of smooth teeth pliers. What are they? 10-inch dipped grip, smooth jaw, tongue, and groove pliers. I bought these because I was replacing some hinges on some doors in my house and I needed to adjust them. I used a regular set of pliers and I just gouged them up. So I bought these and was able to fix those so that the door would close properly. Got the Milwaukee, let's see, what are these? All right, these are the self-adjusting strippers and cutters. These are great. You can just throw whatever cable, whatever wire you're working on in here, and it will automatically adjust to it and strip it. So you can strip this Romex, comes off nicely, and then come down here, and you can even do these guys, and it will automatically adjust and take those off. So love these, they're great. Took a little while to learn how to use them, but they're awesome. What else do we have? Drywall knife. Refocus. Refocus. There we go. All right, drywall knife. Little putty knife. Use this for everything. Basic level. Scraper. The break off utility knife. Pair of metal cutters. Got the molding nail puller. This was a little stocking stuffer Christmas present, but it's a little Milwaukee level. It's magnetic. You can adjust this so you can use it for whatever angle you need. Super nice. And then I just have some Milwaukee Sharpies. I also keep the Milwaukee, what is it? Level. a Milwaukee 24 magnetic I-beam level. So that's what this is. Also love this. Super handy for hanging whatever, and kind of keeping things nice and level, because I have a habit of not always doing that. So, and then on this side, I just have a bunch of random tape. Got some blue painter's tape, some heavy duty painter's tape, a bunch of colors of electrical tape, and some lead refills for that tracer carpenter pencil, and then some extra pencils on this side. So that's my current loadout. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. I can take this and roll into most of the random DIY jobs that I'm doing, and not have to pull out a bunch of stuff from my garage tools and stuff like that. So if you're still here at the end of this video, sorry for rambling on, but yeah, that's my setup. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. Thanks for being here, guys.